Hitting up some Dietz squats. Dietz nuts, Dietz squats. So Cal Dietz showed me this movement right here. I'm gonna get up on my toe a little bit, my chubby little toe. Got the other leg back, so it's kind of a Bulgarian split squat. Got my hands here for cheating purposes and also so I can sit back. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm doing a squat and I come back up. I didn't do much single leg stuff, a little unilateral stuff, upper body, because of dumbbells. I just kind of viewed everything. I viewed so much of training to be a waste of time that I would squat and deadlift and do variations of it, and bench press, and do a lot of meat and potatoes type of exercises. Switching over into a good morning. This was kind of a moneymaker exercise for me. I would deadlift, squat, bench, and do good mornings. Heavy good mornings. Yeah, I mean, there's videos of me doing 6 plates. There's video of me doing 550 pounds or so with bands and chains and all kinds of weird stuff. An Anderson good morning, I would call it, because it was from a static position. Good mornings are tough to do unless you have a back attack from sore necks like I got right here, or unless you have what's called a giant cambered bar or any sort of cambered bar. Any other bar is really not good for a good morning, and I would say it's useless. Waste of time. Whoa. I also think that doing good mornings with a chain or a band, I have a band on this machine, is superior, because as you go to once you come to right here, there's really nothing here. It's really easy to just kind of fall back with the weight. The weight starts moving this way rather than moving up and down. Then there's really no tension on it. Having a cambered bar helps a ton because the weight is bent over your back and the weights are sitting right here. And when you go to move and you go to hip hinge right here, the weight's right here. And the further you go down, the more the weight wants to carry this way. So you have to fight against the weight this way and this way kind of at the same time. And if you have chains on there, it keeps a constant tension. It keeps a good relationship keeps a really good strength curve. Keeps constant tension on the bar for you. Good mornings are a great way to get brutally strong. And I would do suspended chain good mornings. And the guy behind the camera right now remembers seeing those movements, but I would get into a position where I'd be way down here with my head between my legs, looking like I'm trying to suck my own dick, all in an attempt to get stronger. Hey, whatever way it's got to be, I don't care how embarrassing it looks or how weird it's got to be, but I'd be in a position that I can't even get into right now. I'd have to stuff myself into that position. Pretty dangerous, but things that are dangerous are absolutely amazing for getting stronger. For me, I had a really long career in powerlifting, so I did everything I wanted to do. But in general, yeah, I'd say it'd be a good idea. But see, I did everything I wanted to do in powerlifting. However, I made some sacrifices that left me nowadays a little disabled in certain things. There's things that would just be really difficult for me to transition into at the moment, just due to my body being wound tight, some imbalances and things like that. So keeping some athleticism during your career could be a really smart thing. I think for me though, I wouldn't change anything because I leaned so hard into being as big and as strong as I possibly could that it ended up working out for me. So for most people though, trying to stay healthier, and I don't think most people desire to maybe take it as far as I did. and they probably want more balance. So those single leg movements and things like that can be really important. Our belts have this fatometer on it right here. So the higher number, kind of like on the scale, the higher number represents like maybe you're not heading in the right direction. I would say once you get to here, once you get to like, yeah, once you get to 7 would be like, hey bro, like mix in a salad here and there. Maybe have a protein shake once a day. So at least you're eating something kind of healthy. And then 8 would be like, hey, just dip that fork in your dressing, get the dressing on the side. And then 9 and 10, now we're talking about like, man, you need serious intervention. You need a keto diet or the carnivore diet or the paleo solution or something. You need some heavy measures because we're about to run out of room and have to buy another belt. Oh, I need to mix in a salad. Holy shit. This is a little kind of side note here. I've noticed that in shaping my body and in getting in better shape, I've noticed that it's helpful and beneficial on a leg day for me to wear shorts so I can see my legs, so I can see the improvements. And sometimes maybe I'm not on point with my diet, or maybe something has fallen off or fell apart or whatever. Maybe I haven't trained my legs in a long time. I could see that too. So it's like full exposure. I get to see, look, have you been training hard? Have you been working for it? And if you look at your legs and there's no veins and they're flat and they don't look the way you want them to, it's just because you didn't do the previous work that you needed to get them there. Same thing with wearing a tank top, or same thing with pulling the shirt off. I don't always pull my shirt off. I'm not pulling my shirt off to like peacock you. I'm not showing, you know, I'm not trying to be like, yo, check this out. It's more like me to visualize what I have going on. Every once in a while, I'm pretty proud of it because I'm like, dude, that's actually really good improvement. You're doing great. Most of the time, I'm looking at myself with a critical eye, saying to myself, dude, if you're being honest, you're not putting in the work that you said you were going to do. So I'm seeing a lot of the negative stuff as well as also picking up the positive. But if I do a set of shoulder lateral raises with a 3XL hoodie on, it's not the same feel as me seeing it in a tank top and me controlling the muscle and getting a squeeze and seeing a vein come out. I'm able to improve way faster when there's a better mind-muscle connection. And if you can attach a little bit of visualization to that via actually seeing your body go through something, I think you'll notice some really great improvements. Early I was asked if I did single leg stuff in my powerlifting career, and I didn't do much of it, but I did do a lot of sled pulling. I forgot about sled dragging. And while sled dragging didn't necessarily correlate directly to a 1,000-pound squat, it kept me away from doing stupid stuff. It kept me away from doing barbell exercises that at some point would have become my detriment. So the sled stuff was great. Individually, working each hamstring, working the calves, the ankles in a concentric fashion with little to no eccentric portion. Also helped a lot with conditioning, helped a lot with prehab, not allowing me to get hurt. And that was really beneficial. Also, increasing the size of the legs. There's your legs workout. Showed you some of the Dietz squats I was doing, those Bulgarian split squat thingies. Did some good mornings in between that. Leg press, leg curl, cooking up some steak, cooking up some hot dog, and going to pick up my son Jake from school. He has a license, but we had to drop him off because there was a bunch of things going on today. So, power went out. Had a crazy storm last night. So I go home, have to figure some of that out. But as of right now, I'm gonna go cook up that steak and that hot dog, and probably gonna be, oh, I don't have my Tesla with me. So I'll have to figure out how to drive and eat at the same time. Anyway, I'll get it figured out. Strength is never a weakness, weakness is never a strength. Catch you guys later. Follow me, I'm gonna show you a fat guy move. hot dogs in between sets. I just learned something about myself during that set, going through all that brutal work. I forgot to put on deodorant this morning.